Welcome back to another My PTA video. So in this one, I'm going to be covering a few different points for a heart healthy diet. So this is going to be part of a series that I'm going to be doing here on this channel. The first one is going to be looking at different types of fats. Then the next one is going to be over different types of fiber. And then there's also going to be a video on omegas, so omega-3s, omega-6s. And then within there, I'm also going to include my recommendations, my personal findings and everything for what you can do to have a better diet for your heart. So let's get into it. So the first type we have are saturated fats. So these are fats that you should limit, not eliminate, but limit your amount of. So these are typically solid at room temperature. Think like cheese or butter. Obviously, you can see here in the picture, there's like sausage links and like whipped cream and stuff like that. So these are typically found in animal-based foods. So beef, pork, full-fat dairy, etc. And they're known as solid fats because they are usually solid at room temperature. There are a few exceptions, like milk has some saturated fat in it, full fat milk and everything like that, which is not obviously a solid, but most of them are. So they're known as solid fats. The American Heart Association recommends 5 to 6% of your daily nutritional value should come from these saturated fats. So that's around 13 grams if you're counting grams, which equates to around 120 calories. Each gram of fat has around 9 calories per gram. So that's how that figure is calculated there. And like I said, 5 to 6% is what you should be getting for saturated fats. So not a whole lot, but you're allowed to have a little bit. The next category is unsaturated fats. So these are the good fats. These are the fats that you should definitely try to incorporate into your diet. So there's two different types. There's poly and mono, and I'm not going to get into the different intricacies of each of these. If you want to, I highly encourage it. It's a really good way to find out different benefits of poly and mono unsaturated fats. And the difference between those two is just how many carbon bonds that fat molecule has. So if it has one, it's going to be a mono unsaturated. If it's got two or more, it will be a poly unsaturated fat. So these are really, really good fats, like I said earlier. They lower the rate of cardiovascular and all-cause mortality. They lower your LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol. You have your LDL, which is the bad, and then the HDL, which is your good cholesterol. So these lower your LDL as well as raise your HDL, but within a normal limit. So they also provide essential nutrients that the body can't produce by itself. So it's paramount that we get more of these within our diet. Less saturated, more unsaturated. And then around 30% of your calories, like total, should come from healthy fats such as these. So think like avocados, salmon, olives, different types of nuts, Brazil nuts, walnuts, hazelnuts, pecans, almonds, all those good things, pumpkin seeds, olives, olive oil, all those good types of fats. When you think of good fats, these should be what you think of. Lastly, we have trans fats. So these are the lose or leave it. They were called lose it, but I thought that was kind of confusing because it's like, oh, lose it. You're going to lose weight. Like, no, lose it as in like get rid of it. So these are, unfortunately, they're really tasty fats. These are found in like a lot of fried foods, burgers, chicken, pizza, donut, cakes, all the delicious things that we love eating that are just unfortunately not good for us. So there's two different types here as well. There's naturally occurring. So there is a small amount that comes from meats and dairy and things like that, but it's a very minimal amount compared to the saturated fats. But there are artificial trans fats, which come in the form of, like I said earlier, donuts and cakes and cookies and pies and all the delicious things that we enjoy consuming that are just not so great for us. So these do basically the opposite of what unsaturated fats do. They raise the bad cholesterol and lower your good cholesterol, which is obviously not ideal. So another unfortunate side effect is that they have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes than any other type of fat. So if you regularly consume these, you have a higher probability of developing type 2 diabetes either early in life or even later in life. They can come back and bite you, so to speak. So these, you should obviously try to limit the amount of total calories consumed. So don't eliminate it. If you want to, more power to you, and you'll be even healthier. I personally think life's a little bit too short to completely eliminate these. If it's my birthday, I'm going to have some cake. If I'm out with friends and they all order a dessert and we're all sharing, enjoy life, live life. But these should not be the main part of your diet. These should be a very small fraction